Welcome on this session. This session is about helping you to understand and change your relationship with fear and overcome it. Enjoy it. Welcome everyone. How is everyone doing? Hey, so nice to see familiar faces. Hi Carla, so good to see you, darling. Please type in the comments where you're checking from. Doing great, awesome, so happy for you, darling. Yes, I'm excited about many things. This life, what all the programs that I've just creating, connecting with beautiful souls. Hello, Samira, darling. Yay, again. Uh-huh. Karen from UK, awesome. I hope I pronounce this. Bina Sikve. Beautiful vibration of this name. Not sure if I pronounce right. So, welcome everyone. How is everyone doing? Ready for this session? Hi, Karen. So good to see you again. Hi, Elizabeth, Corinne. Good afternoon. San Francisco. Awesome. I have few friends people who I know or who I worked with from San Francisco. Yeah, good, good memories, good energy. Fine, peaceful. Okay. So how is everyone doing with fears? Because we all have fears. Yeah, fear of rejection, fear of not being loved, fear of unknown, fear of change, fear of losing money or not earning enough, fear of, becoming ill, fear of attack, fear of judgment, and so on and so on. Fear of fear. Awesome. Non-acceptance, yeah. So what is the biggest for you? I'm just curious what is in this energy here, in this group. Hi, Linda, darling. Fear of change and judgment. Okay. Abandonment, rejection. Yeah, Carla. Yeah, this used to be the biggest fear of rejection. Oh my God, I was doing everything to be loved. Fear of losing loved ones. Yeah, that is big one for many at this moment. Fear of change, fear of rejection, fear of being misunderstood. Yeah. Yes, the fear. So I'm gonna share with you what I've learned on my journey. Fear of scarcity. Yeah. Okay. Fear of being alone. Fear of not being seen. Yeah, big one for many. This was second of my big one. Fear of being seen, actually. So like now doing life in front of you. Gosh, I was just paralyzed. Fear of speaking as well. Judgment, health, worries, yeah, unworthiness. Fear of being forgotten. Wow, River. Actually, I haven't heard this for a very long time, Yeah. So thank you for sharing, expressing myself there. Yes, big one. This is big one for most people. Most being you, who you truly are without pleasing, without putting mask, without fitting in, just being you, who you truly are. This is big for many. Not being liked, yeah, absolutely. This is very common, not being liked or not being loved. Yeah, not being understood, absolutely not being heard, not being appreciated, yeah. Fear of speaking up for myself. Big one for many. Fear of relationship. Linda, it's time to transform the darling. Yes, this is big one when we are hurt. Our heart was broken many times, or we've experienced things I see when I'm working with people on love life. Definitely, this is very often fear of being hurt again, and therefore fear of opening for love again. Yeah, big one for many. Fear of success. Thank you for sharing that. This is big one for many. It's so funny, like there's so many fear, and there are also we actually sabotage our success. That there is a fear of being successful, because there are deep beliefs underneath. I know I had to go through myself through this, so there was fear of success, and I couldn't move with my business, And deep down was when I was discovering, okay, if I'm gonna be seen or more successful, let's say, for me, big one was belonging, then I won't belong to my family. Or I won't belong. Generally, the belonging for me was huge one, and that's why I was sabotaging my success, or my business. And I knew that I am here to help people, but then the fear of success was I was sabotaging that, and many people sabotaging that. Mm-hmm. So thank you for sharing. This one is big for many. Especially when I see when people starting their own journey, like being self-employed or having their own businesses. So many underneath fear of success, so many limiting beliefs underneath, like fear of being attacked, fear of, let's say, losing money, fear of if they're gonna be super successful, let's say their partner. If I had one lady that she was so successful, had great ideas, and when we were diving deeper, what is really holding her from really moving forward with her business was the fear that if she'll be successful, her husband will leave her because he will not bear that she's more earning than him or she's more successful than him. So can you see how many hidden beliefs can be under the fears? And I just share with you, let's expand that topic to help you to move forward, because what I've learned on this journey, I'll share just basically what from my journey, and this is still journey. We all have, dealing with different fears, and fear is opposite of love, but also fears often show up. Where is love? Well, let's say when we love someone, isn't it? Then the fear of losing this person, or when we have some business, and we love that, we are fearful that let's say something happened and so on. So it's very much linked with love. But what I've learned from this journey, it helps us to get ourselves know. Very much, very intimate. You really learn about yourself if you truly sit with your fears and learn about yourself. And fear are very much linked with limiting beliefs. So this is where you're gonna be uncovering your true limiting beliefs that are sitting deep down on like soul level, on subconscious level. And you really learn what you are not on this journey as well. So often people avoiding that feeling of, the fear, whatever the fear is about, we have tendency to avoid that feeling. And we do everything to numb that, or avoid feeling that, like going into drinking, eating chocolate, over shopping, or whatever this mechanism is of not feeling the fear, not facing that fear. And people sabotage relationship for years. I see this. People staying single for years and years because the fear is so deep that they are so scared of moving forward with their lives and opening for love. They can stuck with this for years or even decades. The same, they have great ideas, great talents, and they never ever start doing business or start promoting their gifts and talents because there is a deep fear, and they sabotage through this, create any excuses just not to do it. And we all know that we're not gonna escape from that. This is what I definitely learned from, like when I was 23, I left my country. I ventured into UK with one luggage, 3 t-shirts, one, like shorts, and that's it, And I had to face so many fears at the time, being so young girl, so wounded, broken heart at the time, not speaking English. And I wanted to escape from Poland because I was so hurt, and I thought I'm gonna find new life somewhere else. Guess what? It didn't work. Surprise, surprise. When you wounded and have lots of limiting beliefs and, lots of traumas to heal, no matter where you go, you need to face that. Otherwise, they're gonna hunt you, they're gonna chase you. So no matter if I was in Bali living or, like if I was in UK, you just need to face this. So for sure, until we face it, we're just lying ourselves. We're living really in illusion that we can avoid that. And what's sad is, so that's why I want to really empower you. It's sad is that people can avoid that years, decades, and wasting time, wasting their energy because avoiding this, you spend so much more energy for avoiding, pretending it's not there, or whatever is your mechanism, than actually face it, heal it, shift it, move on. And get on with your life, whether it's love life, whether it's business, whether it's speaking up, whether it's showing your talents and gifts, whether it's showing yourself who you truly are, no matter what. So it's really important that we don't let that fear dictate our life and our actions. However, we need to examine the feeling and emotions coming with that fear. Because there's not only fear that, is bad, like fear, whatever the fear is. There's also valid fear, like our whole biology has been designed to protect us. So we're not killed on the road, we constantly, our brain scanning for any danger, So that's why some fear is valid. If you are in the middle of city, you can be hit by the car, that is valid. If you in the wrong crowd and you don't listen your body, your inner guidance, and the body is telling, hey, I'm not feeling safe in that crowd, I have bad feeling, that is a valid fear. I cannot even tell you, I could spend with you for hours telling you how many times that fear saved my life. When I had to work when I was 13, and I ventured with two alcoholics because, anyway, this is a long story what's happened, but I had to support my mom financially. So I was sent with those two people, working far away from home. And the fear of being sexually assaulted, of not being safe with two men, alcoholics, far away from home, being on my own, working really physically hard, this was protecting me. I was literally protecting me. I was wearing these baggy clothes, I was, really careful what I do and what I say, just not get into anything, just do what I need to do and come back home after a few days. So, it's really important to see that it's not only this fear that is blocking us, but it's also protecting us. And I'm sure you had so many, many stories from your life where the fear of not feeling safe, or this is not my crowd, or something is off here, this person is off, let me just, leave that person. It actually saves you, it protects you. So important that we do not ignore that. Yeah, it's valid. We're not allowing to dictate our life or actions. However, there's also valid fear. Because your body, your inner guidance telling you, hey, I'm not safe here. We need to get out of this place. Yeah? And that's why we need to constantly examine the feelings, the emotions, not numbing, not being in our head. We need to drop into our body and really listening the system, the inner guidance, what is actually telling us. And this is what whole my journey, since I remember, it's been teaching me that. I'm not safe here, back up. Even with my father, constantly monitoring, watching his energy, just run. Don't even look, run. Or it's like, okay, it's not that bad, we can kind of manage. So it's so important to constantly examine the feelings. And how many people are in toxic relationship, wrong relationship, they're abused, or with narcissistic people that are, this is another topic, but the narcissistic people really can completely destroy your life on many levels, because they are master of manipulation, and they strangle your higher self. They may, like literally disconnect you from your soul and from your higher self, where of course you are so blind and so disconnected. That's why it's so hard to get out of these relationships. So it's really important that we are not blind and we assess these emotions. Yeah. It's facing fear, sitting with your fear. It's an amazing tool of expansion. Sitting with my fears, I had to expand. And I'm still expanding every time, every day. It's an amazing tool of awareness. Because then you need to assess, in teaching you amazing discernment. And most people don't use discernment because they are so much in stories, so much in heads, so much in these boxes that they don't even know how to use discernment. And this is what is teaching you, discernment. It goes so much deeper, because is this fear valid, or is this basically my illusion? Because actually I'm safe in the room, no one gonna hit me, no one gonna bite me, I'm actually safe. I'm creating that story in my head that is illusion. And and when we are in illusion, creating distortion in your energy field. So it's really important to assess, is this illusion? Is this story that I'm telling myself over and over again? Or is this really real? Like being in a toxic relationship, that's real. Get out of this relationship as fast as you can. Or in a job or whatever, because it's disconnecting you from your soul, disconnecting you from your higher self, from yourself. So it's really teaching you, facing your fears. It's teaching you discernment. Not being blind and not being in a box and in stories and illusions. And the truth is, when you're facing this, you learn love. You learn oneness. You learn God, source, whatever you are connected, whatever words you use, doesn't matter what words we use, it's all about the energy, the connection through the fear. Because fear is opposite love. So this was definitely my journey. Through my traumas, I'm telling you, anxiety I had them since I remember. Fears constantly. Fear of not being safe, number one. Fear of rejection. And this was valid in my home. But of course, this created so many other fears that when I was growing up, it created so many, like fear of speaking up, fear not believing in myself. So therefore, fear of showing up. Like I was just in the corner and never show up. Who am I, And I had to face all of that unworthiness. And facing that no, I can speak up. And facing this, like my teacher was saying, you'll never speak English. You'll never even, some people told me, you never even finish school. I mean, I don't care about school anyway, to be honest. In the whole school system, especially that what is currently happening. But generally, I had to face these stories that people also imprinted in me, planted those negative seeds. It's like planting black magic in me. I had to face that. And we have to face, all of us. Because this is how we raise in consciousness on this planet. One by one, and breaking through this illusion, because everything is illusion, and it's all a matrix. All they created the system to put us in this box, and we need to. That's why discernment is so important. What is truly valid, and what is illusion. And through this, you see, I've learned what love is. I've learned that Carolina actually has huge heart, not just being fearful girl. And this really reconnected me with my spirit, with God, source. I had to even change definition of God because I had so much crap coming from religion and Catholicism that when I was releasing all my and dealing with my limiting beliefs coming from religion, I was like, oh my God, it's like a brainwash. Now when I see God, I feel like oneness, amazing energy. But even that I had to, for years I didn't use it until I really felt that I am aligned again with this word. Because before I saw this poor man, who always punish me. Whatever I do, I have sins and punish me for whatever, just being, and I had to face this as well. Face this illusion through all of that, for all these limiting beliefs. So the fear, we need to see this, that it's part of our inner guidance. Seeing that way, it's part of your inner guidance. It alerts us as well. Whether you need to go, like I said, I share with you, when I saw my father certain ways, I'm like, run. That's it. Run fast to survive, And also fears can motivate us. I'm sure you have many situations when you were so in pain of wrong relationship, of wrong job that you couldn't bear any longer this pain, this manipulation, or whatever was that the fear of being alone and the fear that you cannot manage was less than what you're actually experiencing. And this push you to work on yourself. This push you to do something about the situation, to change the situation. The same was with me. I remember when I came to UK, not speaking English, working with people suffering from the dementia. They were just dying. They were like the worst cases, like beating me up, like pulling my hair, swearing. And I was like, I just came here to have my new life. And I am beaten. People swear on me, telling me I go to hell, This was my few words to learn in English. And the fear about stuck in that space, in that work, was bigger than anything else. Therefore, I'm like, I'm out from this. I was literally negotiating with my poor English, with manager to get certain hours so I could study English, go to the, for the English course and studying English, because I said, I'm out of here, this place, like as soon as possible, So you see, the fear pushed me. Fear of being stuck there when I saw people were working for years. That's like, I'm out, like as soon as possible. Push me to educate myself. Push me to study then accountancy and so on, even though like I am doing completely different things, of course, the awakening just changed your path. So I'm sure you have many stories where fear actually pushed you to take actions. Maybe reaching out to someone to help you, because this is what I did. I said, I need help to clear my fucking shit. And I asked many people like that. Or I just take action. I ask, in this for volunteering job for free to just get experience in office, so I could move from this job as a assistant to do office job, because I knew that this is, like, it's not as hard. It's not hard physically, and it's not for sure exhausting emotionally, mentally, spiritually, on every level. So I'm sure you have. I'm sure you have all stories like that. That it's time to face that. It's time maybe to ask for support. It's time to release that and move forward. So also, fear is teaching you embrace negative emotions, because how do you actually feel when you are fearful? I want you to message me here, like type in the comments where the fear is showing in your body. Where do you feel it? Because me, for example, was in my belly, is my in belly, and belly often is linked with lack of confidence, and that your power is suppressed. 100%. This was my case. Headaches in head, trying to control things, overthinking. So there is a lack of control, that you can manage that situation. Like more around your third eye, resistance, anger at what you see. Maybe in your chest. This is all about freedom. Your freedom has been suppressed in many ways. Maybe it's lower belly. that you're not trusting what life can bring you. Maybe it's in your hips and you're walking with anger. Yeah, when we have pain physically in body, this means there's a anger, suppressed anger, unexpressed anger. Yeah, so can you see we have different, it's showing in our body. So it's teaching us a lot. Also recognizing these negative emotions. I mean, there is not negative emotions. And we really need to be okay with anger, sitting with anger or resentment or all these emotions, frustration. Because when we rejecting anger, we rejecting joy, creativity, passion. When we're rejecting sadness, or I shouldn't be sad, we're rejecting happiness. So we really need to face that, release that, because like as you've shared here, it's showing in our body in so many places, and it's real. So on this journey, we learn facing fear, being okay with our emotions, all emotions. And when anger is showing up, frustration is showing up, ask yourself, what's happened before just when I got angry? Because this is the true pain that you need to deal with. I'm not heard, I'm not important, I'm not appreciated. This is the true pain that you need to deal with. So that's why it's teaching you to really embrace every feelings. And it helps you to ask these big questions, because when we are in pain, when we're fearful, when we're so done with like this fear of being alone, or fear of, I don't know, change, we are so done with this. When we are in our low moments, this is when we ask these big questions. Who am I? What am I supposed to do? What else is possible? And in this moment, we need to ask those big questions like, what else is possible? What the worst can happen, or what the best can happen? How can I make this work for me? So it teaches us so amazing things. So I'm gonna share with you how I've been helping myself with facing fears. So number one, recognizing, is this fear mine or someone else? Does this belong to me? Because often so many people are empaths, or not even that only empaths. We all exchange energy. Even now, you being with me on this live, we exchange energies. And we can pick up very easily someone's sadness, or someone else's fear, or someone else's anxiety. So number one, I've learned asking, is this mine? Who does this belong, this fear? I'm like, especially if something coming out of the blue, ask yourself. Let's say whatever is anxiety, fear, doesn't matter. Tune into yourself. Who does this belong to? Maybe it's your mother. Maybe it's your partner. Maybe someone imprinted this fear in you. Oh my God, let's worry about money, or let's worry about something. So important. So it's really important. Why? Because if we picking up other people's emotions, we are so confused. We no longer know what is ours and what is not. And I often see when I work with people, they always say the same thing. I feel lost and I'm confused. Yes, because they are picking up everyone else's stuff. So important to ask this question. So I highly recommend for anyone, if something coming up, ask. Because if it's not yours, you cannot heal or shift. And often people personalize with that feeling that they think that this is they, and they have to heal or they have to shift. So you're trying to heal something that is not yours. And of course, if it's yours, then you're dealing with that. So when you're sitting, let's say, fear of being rejected or fear of being hurt, You need to go deeper. What are the beliefs there underneath? I'm not lovable. I'm not good enough. And this is the core that you need to deal with. Work with these limiting beliefs, transform them. And often they are linked with certain experiences that you've had that form that. Whether you were watching your parents arguing, or they divorced, or maybe you experienced some abuse or rejection. So this is what needs to be healed. If it's, for example, you have these headaches, like someone mentioned here, of course there is fear of, or like lack of, the sensations, lack of control. Why are you not feeling safe? Why are you not feeling safe? So what needs to be shifted within you? What is the beliefs here? Diving deep. That you need to be constantly in control. And anytime you are not in control, all these things kicking in and paralyzing you. So this is the journey of trusting yourself and trusting others. So if you're dealing with, so often when we have fear of control or lack of control, the feelings is helplessness. I speak from experience, trying to fit in, and constant feeling like we make mistakes. This was so me. Constantly I felt that the fear of making mistake or trying to fit in or feeling hopelessness. That's why my fear was constantly showing and still showing from time to time in my belly, because it's all about suppressed power. So of course now I need to work on my power, trusting myself. Trusting, and very important for people, especially at the beginning of this journey. This is your journey of reconnecting with yourself, with your body, with your inner guidance, with your soul. Because when you connected on that level, when you connected with the energy of God and Source, your higher self, your heart, no one, nothing can touch you, move you. The power also coming from knowing yourself. What are your weaknesses? What are your strengths? And not also dwelling on weaknesses, but just seeing the strength that you have, the talents. What you're supposed to truly do. Like, I am former accountant. And when my awakening started, this went out of the window. All the certificates, it just doesn't matter anything now. Because the Source, the life, the soul put me on this path. Helping people to wake up. Helping people to as well transform as I did. Helping them on this ascension, spiritual awakening journey. And fear of being rejected. For you is all about digging why you're not feeling lovable. Because you constantly want to be loved and liked, appreciated. And of course, breaking this pattern of pleasing people and constantly fitting in and being like a chameleon. So it's all about really reconnecting with yourself again, reconnecting with your power. So you no longer need to seek approval, validations, because you love yourself so much and your connection with yourself is so strong. That's plenty. And through this, you attracting your tribe. How we attract people through resonance. You resonating with me by being here on this call, otherwise you wouldn't be here. And often it will help you to dive. Definitely this has been amazing journey for me, and now I'm using with other people and I'm helping them, is shifting also when I mention this, what is not yours. Another side, what is not mine, is ancestor stuff. Of course, we are so grateful for them. Thanks to them, we are here. But there is so many limiting beliefs, so many projections from all this culture and ancestor stuff that we get lost with this. Like, I hear all the time, and this was my path, like I shared with you, of how much from religion, I had hundreds of limiting beliefs. And then from culture, what is the woman or man role in family or community or society, how the sex supposed to be, or certain things that coming from the family system or family lineages, mother-father lineage. And just for a moment, just tune, what is in your mother lineage, what is in your father lineage. Oh my God, Amanda, darling, sending you so much love. Honestly, my heart goes out there for you. And so what I've learned through this is that how many things I've taken from my ancestors, and I needed to let go of that. Some things, thank you very much. Thanks to you, I'm stronger and I'm here. I'm healing all my ancestors. But some stuff was not relevant in this life. Life changed. We are not anymore in the war. We are not in 18th centuries. Life is different right now. And this is the part of you that you need to let go of many things. Also traumas that running through your generations. Because sometimes I'm telling you, when I do session, I often hear like I am blocked with sexuality, I'm blocked with setting up my business, or I'm blocked with whatever, and then we tapping into deeper stuff, and it's just all ancestor stuff. It's not even yours. But the seed's been planted there and running for generations. So that's why it's teaching you to face that. I said, is this actually really mine? So it's teaching you amazing stuff, really coming back to yourself. What are your values? Sit with yourself and uncover what are your values. I remember when I discovered my values, from that moment I reconnected with this 3-4 values, that now whatever I do, it's based on these values. Whoever I work with, or whoever I want to attract, or like co-create or collaborate, it's all based on these values. If someone has different values, it's okay. They will find perfect match for them. So sit with yourself and find who you are, because this will help you to face all of it and start using discernment even nowadays. On a global scale, so much illusion, so much fear. And remember that when people are fearful, they are easy to control. So we need to see beyond what is truly happening in our private situations, but globally as well, because it's time to wake up. We're not here to suffer. We are not here. Our souls didn't come here to God, like going through this punishment energy. We came here to enjoy it. And the same, I want to just share with you this ascension, this awakening journey, this healing journey. It doesn't need to be so serious and so painful. Too many people taking this too serious. I see this over and over again. I am about empowerment. I am about, fun. We can grow with fun. We can grow with joy. Please, if you have believed that in order to grow for me, I need to go through pain, please release this bullshit. I used to have that. Now I'm like, absolutely not. I can grow, expand, heal through fun, through joy, through light energy. So I share with you also other stuff. Shaking is great. Yes, Shona. Generational trauma is absolutely a real issue. Yes. And I'm telling you, people transforming so fast when they start healing this. I see this all the time on my sessions. Like 2 sessions when we go through mother and father lineage, they have so many realizations I've done on myself. It's just powerful. We take unconsciously, unknowingly so many things. Shaking is good. I want to shake. Shaking is really awesome. Just when I am getting into fearful and my mind starts overthinking and overanalyzing and becoming, I am too much in head. I get headphones and just play like very dynamic music. I have my favorite music like this African drums, and I just shake. Shake, shake, shake. The same when you get angry, I highly recommend, or frustrated or irritated, shake. Just have music, loud music, and shake. I promise you, 5-10 minutes when you start shaking, the first layers of all of that energy that is paralyzing you, or you are angry that you cannot even think properly, you are in that story, go away. And you can come back very easily to yourself. And then you can use your discernment. Is this really real or not? Is it mine or not? Let's focus on solution, not on problems. So shaking is amazing. Like generally in life, I'm telling you, this is one of my favorite therapy. I use it all the time. Observing. Yeah, animals doing all the time. You know how they do, and like the lion chasing zebra, and she managed to escape. What the animal is doing? Shaking. That's trauma, that's stress, and then she's just grazing the grass like nothing happened. Yeah, dancing, any movement, shaking, dancing, whatever you feel to do it, use that. We can shake it like animals. They are so intelligent. They know how to shake off that stress. And what we do, we're coming back home, stress after stressful day, we put more story in our heads, and then we sit in front of TV instead of move our ass. And release that. Shake off that stress. Remember, long-term, because I've heard so many people like saying, oh, I didn't have any traumatic stuff in my childhood. Yeah, but he's working 14 hours a day, stressful job. If stress is a long term, it's a trauma for body. So just remember that. That's why stress is killing us. So let's do some exercise together. Thank you, trajectory. If you would knew how much fear I had about my accent, who the hell gonna listen to this Polish woman with this Polish accent? I'm not joking. I was blocking myself with this story for a very long time. You cannot even imagine. Right, so I want to just do exercise with you. Yeah, this was one of my fear, my accent. Because I heard this beautiful, English or American, native English speakers. And I'm like, who's going to even listen to me, It's like I was scared to open my mouth, Anyway, so for a very long time. But now I've overcome here. And you know what? I don't care. If someone doesn't like it, it's okay too, That's fine, because I'm inviting you, and this was my invitation for myself. I only want to attract people who accept me the way I am, and the same you want. And that's why we need to release these fears, this mask, pleasing people, trying to fit in. This all needs to go. Because how can you then attract your tribe? We're attracting people through resonance. This is so important. So let's sit. I'm going to take you through some amazing exercise that I've learned from my traveling in Asia. And I use this very often, this as well. Amazing, Vanessa. That's the way. Right, so let's sit. I want you to sit comfortably. If you can have just spine erected, that would be amazing. And let's take a few deep breaths. So just get out of your head, just drop into your body, just take a few deep breaths. And out. And again, breath in. And out. Breath in. And out. Good. I want you to recall or bring that energy of the fear, whatever is the fear you're dealing with. You're not going into story. You just bring it, that energy again, whether it's showing in your belly, shoulders, wherever it's showing. Just allow it. The fear of rejection or fear of being attacked or fear of speaking up, whatever. Just bring that in your body. And I want you, we're not going into story, yeah? You're just bringing that energy. Everything is energy. And you're just gonna observe that. If it's, for example, in your belly, you're observing that energy in your belly like a cloud of energy. And you're just observing that. You're not going in it and trying to love it. You're not going in it and trying to reject it and push it away or release it. You're just observing in silence. So I'm gonna give you a few moments in silence. Ideally is to do it 10 minutes, but I'm not gonna do it 10 minutes. So I just want to give you kind of template so then you can practice this in your daily life. So like Mary said, it's in her throat. So what you do, you bring attention to your throat. And just observe that energy. Like you are watching TV from distance. Just observing that energy. That's it. Bine Sikve, it's time for asking for help, darling. You are such a beautiful soul. Like, gosh, I just see you opening your big wings and flying. So it's time, darling. It's time. But let's observe. Let's go back to this practice because it's so powerful practice if you know how to use this properly. So we're not pushing anything. We're not loving, not trying to understand. We're just sitting with the vibration of whatever is. The feel, let's say, of blah, blah, blah. Wherever it's showing in your body, just sit with it in silence. Observe. After some times, it may start moving. Like, for example, from belly going up to your chest, or from your throat going down into your chest or belly. Or going more maybe outside of your body. It can happen anything. But you keep observing. Vanessa, this is lots of you have ancestral stuff here as well. But then observing even that, we observing all of it. So Vanessa, observe your upper back, the energy around your upper back. We're just observing. It wants to move, it moves. You just observe. We're not creating any story, not liking, not loving, just observing, witnessing that energy wherever it is in your body. Just allowing everything. Just allowing wherever it goes. And just breathe. Remember breathing. This is really important. And observing. So I know we sitting here very short time. Normally you would sit 5-10 minutes at least, if not longer. But I hope you had glimpse that it's becoming weaker and weaker. It's like dissolving slowly. And I promise you, if you would sit longer, it's just gone. So this is one of the things that you can do. There's many things what you can do. Of course, working on your traumas and limiting beliefs, there's no even excuse, but also becoming observant. When we are observing things, we're not creating story. It's like you're not adding a wood to the fire. So what's gonna happen with the fire? It's gonna go. It's gonna disappear. Yeah? So that's why we're not giving any energy here, just observing. And if you see it like this, I promise you 10 minutes, you will see what will happen. It's just gonna go. I will be so tiny. Like I normally, if I sit 5 minutes with like that, 80% is gone of whatever was that story. So this is one of the way you can do it. Powerful way. Another way, what you can do, literally, of course, just drop in your body first, take a few deep breaths and zoom out. Imagine that you're sitting on the moon or different planet or cloud. Zoom out from that story. So let's do it now. I want you to imagine that you're sitting on the cloud or moon or different planet and looking down yourself and what you're feeling. And again, observing that situation that is stressing you or that feeling that is stressing you. You're zooming out and observing from distance. Zooming out completely from that situation. So you're just watching yourself from very high. And maybe now you're changing perception, how you see whole situation. So, feeling the feelings is important. Examining the feelings. Main things why people are feeling blocked because they avoid feeling. Shaking is powerful. I cannot tell you. People going to ashram and shaking for 3 weeks, 7 weeks, for 7 hours a day. I'm gonna be doing dynamic meditation one day where shaking is involved, is powerful. So you have feeling the feelings, of course, dealing with your limiting beliefs and traumas, absolutely. But you can help yourself on a daily basis, feeling the feelings, shaking, asking, who does this belong to, this emotion? Because maybe it's not your even fear. Maybe you're hearing your mother. She's worrying about something and then now you feeling worried about the same thing. You need to learn the difference between my stuff and someone else's stuff. Then you're observing this. Whatever it is, there's another way how you can deal with it. Just observing as we've done it. Or stepping out, whether you're on cloud, high mountain, or whatever you are, and seeing from different perspective. When you're distant, when you're not in that story, we're not creating any story, we're just dealing with the energy of what is that, showing up in your body. Also, what you can do if you are fearful, scared, and let's say you had fear of being rejected, I'll just speak with myself, what do I need to feel loved? What do I need to express? Yeah? So very important, because this will tell you, oh, I need to be loved. Okay, how can I show the love myself? And it will tell you. So constantly, literally talking to your younger version, like what do you need to feel more empowered? What do you need to feel more in your power to speak or open your heart? I want to be loved. Okay, how you can be loved? Just give me some beautiful affirmations. I need support. Yeah. So I just share with you some of the way how you can quickly help yourself. I hope this was helpful, the whole session for you. Embrace that. It's amazing. It's amazing journey of expansion. I'm telling you. Embrace that way. Don't sit in the corner and be completely paralyzed. It's like it's teaching you so much, and we need to see that. We need to get out of these boxes. Get out of this matrix. And remember that you are divine being. You are divine soul. You are infinite. You are infinite. Yeah? So, yeah, thank you for being here. That's it for today. I'm inviting you for other my lives. Explore what else I'm doing. I have Circle at Love In with Carolina. Feel free to connect with me. You can always message me if you have any questions, you need support or anything. And I truly wish you that you remember how powerful creator you are. You are coming from the source. And you are infinite. And you need to remember that. And maybe rest is the illusion that we are living in. Thank you for the donation and thank you for your energy. Thank you for co-creating this beautiful time together. And I see you next time. Bye for now. Thank you for choosing to share a bit of your day today with me. I would like to invite you to my Women's Circle every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Just click the link below to register and see you there. Thank you for being here.